What's up, guys? My name is Colby, and this is the start of my YouTube channel. So, as you guys will be able to tell by the title and the thumbnail, I got a few of my dream cars, which obviously are the Supras. Grew up, my neighbor, he had one, and now I was finally able to be blessed with the opportunity to have one, or two of them actually. And one is mine, and I gave the other one to my lady, which she will be building. So, today I will be changing the fuel pump. No, I already changed the fuel pump, so I'm gonna be doing a fuel filter today and putting the gas tank back in. There are some things that I did already. Me and my brother, we took off. So one was initially a donor vehicle from the gentleman I got it from. So we took the intake plenum and some other components off the engine to put on the Targa top. So one's a Targa top, one's hard top. So when I say Targa hard, that's pretty much is what I'm referring to. But we switched everything over intake wise and fuel tank wise, because once I get back to the house, I'll show you what happened to the tank in the Targa. It looks very crusty, and then the one in the hardtop was good. So, and I talked to the gentleman I got it from. He said try to use a vinegar and baking soda technique to try to clean the tank out, because as you may know, super tanks, they are getting expensive. The cars themselves are starting to become quite rare or sought after. So I'm gonna try that. It's basically dumping vinegar and baking soda in the gas tank and letting it sit for a few days just to see if it eats the rust and whatever built up residues on the bottom. So I'm going to do that. I'm on my way to get my coffee now, and once I get back, I'll show you guys the cars. All right, so I got my coffee, and I am using a mic right now, so I don't know how it's going to sound. Maybe loud, low, who knows. But so so there's been a cat walking on the car and the trash. So this is the 1989 Toyota Supra. This is one of the two that I have. This is the one that will be mine, which is a Targa top, which I think is in the worst shape out of the two. This one here is the lady's. This one has a blown head gasket, which I will be recording here shortly. And we had to take the intake plenum and whatnot off of this one here, but we will be, she'll be out here working on this eventually. I don't know when or what her time frame is, but this one came pretty much complete. Came with an NRG quick release, a little fancy shift knob, and other than that, everything's together. Have a gas tank in the back, which is coming out because that gas tank is going into that one there. But yeah, pretty much everything is complete on this one, and these are both 1989 plus Supras. So the rear end and the lights and everything are both the same. And this is my Monte Carlo that needs help. So this is what I was talking about with the tank. It's terrible, dude. Like, it is bad. And I'm going to try to save it the best I can. And I will record that just to let you guys know how that goes, to see if it actually works or not. And maybe if I end up keeping this will be something on the channel. But right now, this is the main priority. So I'll show you what we took off, and then I'll get started on the fuel filter for the car. So out of this one, we just took the intake plenum off and some other things, like some of the EGR essentials for emissions, which we're not a California state, so we don't really need them here. but this head's coming off, and I'm still trying to decide if I just want to take the head off. I'll probably just save up and get a 2J, because we are stripping the interior out of this one and putting it into mine for now. I found a door out in Virginia, which I think Thursday I'm going to get this Thursday, or if not, I have some neighbors that have supers as well. But this guy here, for like the headliner is pretty good. The plastics that are in here are much darker. So this is a California car. This is a PA car. So that got baked by the sun. This didn't. The interiors in the back are nice and dark, clean. I haven't really seen any rust. The only rust I've seen is up here, and then there's some right here. But yeah, other than that, I mean, clean slate. Definitely needs a door, and I'm trying to do everything in my power to not take the door off of that one and put it on here, because I want to try to keep that one as best stock and together as possible, because that's going to be hers. So what I am going to do though is take the interior and put it in here, because I'm going to get door cards and whatnot. And since we're stripping that one already, once we're ready to put back, we'll just get the stuff that I'm buying and put it in there. And I think she may want to go a different color route too, which, you know, it's up to her. But yeah, so this guy here, all put together, and we had her started. We're spraying some starter fluid in there into the intake. So she was running a little bit. Need to get the hood latch assembly and headlights and a whole bunch of knickknacks. To be honest, it's far, but not too far. And I almost forgot. The car came with a whole set of front and rear rotors. They're drilled and slotted. I don't know if they're Chinese or whatever, but I'm super grateful that they came with them, because I believe this car was sitting for 3 years, and this one was sitting for 5. So pretty long time to me. And there's stainless steel brick lines in here somewhere. So yeah, you know, not too bad for a start. I think me and the lady are gonna have a great time working on these. Uh, we do plan on we plan on going to more events for. Doesn't necessarily have to just be Supra, but Toyota. I know H2O was a thing, but that's no longer. I know back in 2015, 2016, H2O was like popping. Like, me and the boys, we were going every year, and it was very fun. But it's a shame. I know last year, the father and that young little lady got hit by a dude, and unfortunately passed away, which absolutely, it's terrible. But it goes to show one person ruins it all. But over years, people just didn't respect Ocean City in a whole. But yeah, so I'm gonna get started on working on this. I have the fill filter and the Highlander here, and uh, I'll touch base with you guys then. All right. So, from my understanding, now granted, the fuel tank is out of this. And here is some rust. Needs fixed. So I believe the fill filter. Yep, it's right there. Uh, right there, easy enough. I would definitely suggest, if you ever have to take the fuel tank out. My neighbor, he told me, he said, do it while the tank's out. It's gonna be much easier. And I see why. Because if not, it looks like you'd have to go either between the tank and the cross member here for the rear, so right over the diff, or between cross maybe the diff up this way. But yeah, I mean, that looks pretty straightforward. While you're under here, you definitely want to make sure all your lines are okay. I don't know what that is, but it's like a web of some sort. so you don't shoot that stuff all through. But this is the line here that you have to worry about. So I'm gonna try to take that the filter off and get that separated to put the new one on. And once I get that off, I'll get back with you guys. It's still early. I think these are probably 10s, probably 10 millimeter or 12s. So once that comes off, you can drop it down. Looks like there's a connector back here, so I would break this off. Here, so disconnect this first off the filter, and then take these three out here, and then it should be able to drop down. Now, if yours is connected and you do change this with the tank in the car, you would have to disconnect this line off the tank. But I have this line on my other tank, so don't have to worry. Whoever took this out, they just apparently didn't care. So, all right, I'm gonna get this out. All right, so I got this loosened up. Get this thing to focus here. Okay, there we go. So what this bolt back here, where is it? It's right here. It's a 14 millimeter, and what I used was a flare nut wrench. So 14, 13, so right there. Now I started it this way, but once I got it cracked, you have more room working back here behind the filter from up and down. So I would definitely suggest coming this way to at least crack it off. But once it gets off, it should be like finger loose, and you can just pull her off. So, and please bear with me because I'm using my phone. I have no idea what happened to my GoPro. So until I get another one, so what I gotta deal with. So I'm gonna get this off. All right, that's out. And then now I'm going to take the fuel filter out itself. Okay, so I got this out, and it should come off with the bracket itself. The screws or nuts, they were 10 millimeters. So once these come out, just take them. You don't have a metal catch can, like I don't have one. So I'm gonna take these and put them, put them back in the holes where they came from, so they don't become missing. Cause some of the stuff, if it goes, and like right now it's Sunday, the only thing that's open is AutoZone. Toyota's not. So I'm gonna get this out and we're gonna get this changed. All right, so this right here, I have this is the fill pump or fill filter that I have for the Supra. Got it from AutoZone. I think this is probably gonna be the last thing I'll get from AutoZone. I'm going to start going OEM pretty much with everything on there. I guess this is my first Supra, not my first Toyota. I had like two 4Runners, which I'm definitely getting again. I miss mine. But with like anything, you get it from the factory, and 9 times out of 10, it lasts longer. And if you don't, you end up spending more money anyway because you have to replace it in due time. But so I'm gonna take this old canister off here. I only use drills to take bolts off. I'm using it to put it on, finger tighten. So this is the old filter. I don't necessarily think this is old, but since it's out, I'm going to change it anyway. Just because this filter came out of the clean tank, and the actual filter itself on like the sock was disintegrated. So my neighbor, he told me just to change this too, and I'm gonna put this right here so you guys can see. This is the original. I would assume it's Toyota, but this is the number in case you guys need it. But I need to go get a wrench to get this banjo bolt out, and also take this part off, which is probably going to be quite interesting. So I'm gonna go grab that real quick. All right, so since I'm gonna check this, I believe this should be a 14 as well. Yep, so that's a 14. This is probably 17. Yep. Nope. So 19. Yep. All right, so we're gonna break this out the best I can. And this is much easier if this was still in the car. We got her. Boy, that was tight. All right, so 14, the same size for the screws to, or the nuts to take the filter off the frame itself. And then for this top bolt, assuming this will be at 17 I had earlier. Yep, right, left. Look at that. So I'm gonna try to get this off and then I'll get back with you guys. All right, so what I had to do was I went and mounted this back onto the car and I broke it off with socket wrench, and that worked. Don't be afraid to pull on it because this was starting to bend. I mean, it bent a little bit, but it didn't do enough to cause any harm. So let's get this off. This is the banjo boat here. I believe the new kit or the new filter came with 2 pressure washers that are somewhere around up right here. So those will go on this new bolt, which is right here. So take the old one off, put this guy on, and then so that came off like so. So this one's gonna come off the same way, and then so you're gonna put one here. I'm gonna put one washer on the top, just like that, and then the other one is on the banjo bolt. You're gonna sit this on. It might be easier. Send the bolt through, and then like that, and start her in. Oops. All right, just like so. Now, I took this off with it on the mount, so I'll hand tighten it here with this guy, and then once I get back under the car, I'll tighten it again with the socket wrench. Honestly, this might be good enough, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Be careful, because I'm hoping I don't have to replace this now. But this line here, to not kink it, trying to get it out, so I definitely kinked mine, and that could cause fill issues for not getting enough fill because there's a kink in the line. Because I'm an idiot. All right, I think that's good. So take this back off. Slide that out. Now remember, here's another thing you want to take note of. This line is you're gonna want to sit it with this bracket here, because that's the way this bracket sat, and the fill tank is over on that side. So now the old fill filter has these grooves. This does too, but they're not as prominent as the other one. So I'm gonna sit that right there, and that's it. So I'm gonna get back under the car, get this put back up. and then get the, I believe this is the end, so the outside put back on, and then we can get the tank back up in. Okay, it's a better viewpoint. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. This line here is getting caught on the on the on the body of the car here. So I should be able to turn it now. Just a little bit. This is something you really want to do before you mount it. There we go. I like that. Alright, then we'll go through, tighten this back up. See if we can. Yeah, just like that. It's nice and snug. I'm gonna take my drill and send these bad boys in. Take my socket one last time and just make sure these are nice and snug. Alright, so now that's in, you can put this line back in. Alright, so I'm gonna get this in and then I'll get back with you guys when I get this all installed. That's pretty much it. Alright, so got our jack stands put up and the car's jack. Gotta come over here and grab this tank. And this is the tank from out of this car. The other one that was rusted out came from the one I'm working on. So I'm gonna get this guy out and get it put up on a jack so I can get it lifted up in the back. Hopefully I can do this by myself. Definitely took it out with two people, but we're gonna find out. So I'm gonna get this set up and then I'll get back with y'all. Alright, so got pretty much everything prepped to get the fuel tank up in. So if you're actually taking the tank out, you're gonna want to take this off here. It's just a cover plate that goes over the sending unit, I believe, for the tank. It'd have been nice if Toyota, because if you need to change your fuel pump, you could have just kept it in here. If they would have just had this cut out along with this plate here. But and something I also just learned, you can't get the tank open, tank cap, through this little section here. If you stick your hand right up there, there's a little latch that you can pull to open up the gas tank door, which is quite helpful, to be honest, because I'm starting to stress out. All right, so yeah, I got this set up the best I can. I am hoping that I can get this up here myself. Again, if you take this off, there are 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, that will hold the gas tank. It's like a nozzle. I don't know. I have one here. This guy will go in on that holds to the snout of the gas tank. So I'm going to attempt to do this myself, and I'm just going to try it. If I get it in, I'll get back on with you guys. or when I get it in, I should say, because I don't know how long it's gonna take, and I don't want to run the camera super long. So, all right. So I got the tank up. Took a bit, but I got these straps. The ones in the back, you want to make sure you get them in first, and then these, because I just learned. It took me like 2 hours, but yeah. So got the tank up. Got this reconnected, and the fill lines underneath are connected. So about to get this last pin in here, and then get the lanes cleaned out and get her started. All right, so we got the gas tank in, everything's hooked up. Let me get this thing started. So when I was saying I was gonna clean the line out, basically the main line comes right here, this screw, this bolt. You want to take that out and then start the car and just let the fuel pump. But yeah, man, where's my keys? I don't know where my keys are. She starts right on up too, and once I find my keys, I can start it. But yeah, she sounds good. They cut the muffler off, but so hopefully I can find some sort of exhaust system to put on this. See if I can find the keys real quick. All right, got the keys. Nice little startup. Yep. Looks like it's moving slow, but that thing's moving fast. She sounds good, y'all. Give her a nice little rev for you. About all. I want to keep revving her. I'll turn her off now. I have to get some gas in her, some fresh gas. Change the oil. Steering pump. I do know the next thing I'm gonna have to do with her is so brake pedal's hard, clutch pedal, so master cylinder, or clutch cylinder. Have to get that fixed so she'll be drivable. But for now, about to clean out the interior, the rest that isn't here, and start moving stuff from that car over into here. And got my pot, my rag, and pretty much just gonna clean the inside while I'm at it and everything's out. I'm honestly considering running my wires for music while everything's out of here, because I know this one here has music in the back. Not music, but the wiring for it already. So yeah, I'm gonna get to this, and then I guess another video would just be, I don't know, because this is just like my first video, and I'm gonna go about it as time allows. But you'll definitely see more of this car. So thank you for watching, and I appreciate you guys stopping and watching. So like I said, there will be more to come. Deuces.